So Laura, you're busy with managing projects here.
Yeah.
Obviously managing lots of them, one after the other every month. But there's one detail which I think is sometimes overlooked by clients, and we have to deal with it with them. I just want to share a bit about that in this video and sort of share the impact of getting your photography and video for your website professionally produced. And maybe that's not even by us. We've got some really good partners, haven't we, that we outsource to. But we always seem to be recommended to people, actually, if you upgrade this photography or get proper video done, it's going to really impact sales. Could you just give us an example of what you might typically receive when a client gets in touch for a web project? Do they have photography video in place or
Often not. Often they don't have, they use stock so they don't have a library to be able to share with us from the beginning. And it sort of creates a bit of a sticking point because it's really key for people to use real images on sites, but not just real images, but professional images. So it's no good taking the images on your phone and putting those on the site. But if you've got a library of professional images that are of real people, your staff, your employees, they're really going to benefit your website. They're really going to benefit how people feel about you. They're going to know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
Because they can see, they've got clarity over who they're talking to, who they're dealing with.
Yes.
It really helps.
And actually now I'm thinking, obviously we're busy in a B2B space predominantly, aren't we?
Yeah.
But within that, there is a difference. So some of the people we work with are service businesses, maybe they're consultative.
Yeah.
So in those cases, it's really important that you can, as a prospect, imagine the individual that you might be, speaking to if you get in touch, and actually to sort of see them on camera is it's a good way of achieving that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit different, isn't it? If we can move across through events and finance, property, get across into manufacturing and perhaps engineering as well. A little bit different there, isn't it? Because we're showing a bit more the work being, it's still important to get the personal side across, like the leadership team or the teams at work.
I think even more so because there's always a lot of focus on those kind of websites of the machines or the labs or whatever it may be. So sometimes the images of people are missing. So it's really key, even if you just sprinkle those throughout the site, people can see people working away in the labs or on the machine. So it's really important that people know there are people behind the work as well. So customers like to see people, or some of our pages on sites are team pages and about us pages. They're the most viewed pages because people want to see people.
Yeah.
So that's why the imagery is really key. It's really important to have a bank of images that are relevant and real and feel.
Yeah.
They sort of have the brand in mind. They have the site in mind.
And it gives you like a sort of feel of there's an authenticity here, there's a transparency here, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I understand then that it obviously makes sense if let's just say we're talking about a web project, so we're rebuilding the website. It obviously makes sense for a small percentage extra budget. I'm going to also book a professional photographer or a video company, and we would organise that for people if they wanted it organising as well. I get that. Just going to ask a couple more questions, slightly different angle. I'm going to challenge it as a client might, or as a company might. So the first thing is video, but none of us are comfortable on camera.
Definitely not.
We don't know anyone in our team who'd want to go on camera. So how do we deal with that? Because that's a common, I think I've heard that many times over the years.
Definitely. It's a lot of people are scared to take it on, to be on camera. But it's really key that people sort of overcome that hurdle and put the face on camera and the voice on camera. People are the best way of getting through to customers. So the videos are really key, I think. And the digital world has changed slightly. People want to see video these days. They're more viewed than pictures and galleries and things like that. The video has the bigger impact. Yeah.
So just get out and start doing it.
Yeah.
The first one will be tricky.
It will be.
The third one won't be quite right, but by the 6th or 7th or 10th,
just keep doing it. It
just feels normal.
They'll get easier each time.
Yeah. And very last thing then, so similarly on photography, there's someone in our office who's got a decent camera or a good phone. Why is that not good enough? Why would I need to get a professional photography? And what's going to be the difference between professional photography and what we might do in house? Will it actually impact sales?
Yeah, I think because although there is a cost involved to getting the professional photography, when you think about it relatively, those images often you can use them for years to come, because the small outgoing that they've cost at the beginning
Yeah.
has had a 50% increase on sales or whatever it may be, because they've got such an impact,
Yes.
because they're such high quality. They've captured the people working in the office, they've captured the essence of the business. I think it's really key to have that eye for the photos, and
Yeah.
that's what you're entrusting a photographer
Yes.
to do. And you might rush it if you try and do it yourself. You might
Yeah.
just click away and not really capture what it is that you need.
Yeah, and the prospects viewing your site will pick up on that
They will.
subliminal signal.
Absolutely.
You've not had this done professionally.
Yeah.
What
And
else does it say about
even
you?
just the lighting and things like that, it's really key to have
Yeah.
things well lit and not, the placement of things. So the photographer does all that work for you.
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah.
Good. I think we've done quite a good advert for our photography and video partners here. We should say that this video isn't sponsored.
Yeah, we should.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you.
Benchmark your company's digital marketing with this free tool. It takes 5 minutes to audit your strategy, and you get a free report with recommendations. Visit bespokedigital.agency/free.